All right, everyone. So we're going to start by sitting up nice and straight in our seat. We want to begin to just notice the way our body feels in this moment. Notice the way we receive the room around us, like the temperature. Notice any sounds that might be in the space. Maybe there's smells or something else that is distinct, and see if you can just kind of sort of like let all that stuff go for a second and begin to take a few breaths in and out and start to relax the shoulders, relax the belly, relax your sits bone, the place where you're sitting on your chair. Let the weight fall down, so much so it comes down your back body into the chair, and you just feel this sense of support. Look down at your feet and make sure your feet are hips width apart. You can take your two fists, press them together, and hug the inner arches of your knees around those fists. And when you look down, you should see a nice capital H. All right. You want to have your feet parallel to each other, the soles of your feet pressing into the ground, and maybe just relax your legs too. The same way you're giving your upper body permission to relax, allow for your lower body to also relax, melting down through the chair, melting down. Each inhale brings in this new sense of restoration. You feel new breath. And each exhale, you let go. And as you let go, you're making space for your pose to grow, your emotions to grow in that moment. You're letting go of anything that doesn't necessarily serve you, like tension and stress. So be intentional. And right now, set an intention for this class before we get started. Sort of set your mind to something that you want to get out of it so you have a goal in mind. Take your shoulders up, bring them up by your ears, and then slowly roll them down the back. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms come up to the ears, shoulders wrist up, and then down they roll. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, we roll them down. Inhale up, and then roll them back. And then forward we go. Shoulders are up, forward, and then back. Inhaling and exhaling. And just really feel the way your shoulder blades lift up those arms. And then on the exhale, allow it to come forward. Let's take our arms, extend them out to the full length of our body, roll the shoulders away from the ears, sit up tall in our seat, and just stay here with our arms extended. Inhale, breath comes in, and you feel the breath connect to the utmost tips of your fingertips. On the exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Use the belly body to help you stay stable, tucking in the belly, lifting up the heart. Imagine that as you tuck in that belly, the chest pops up. Take those arms, sky flip the hands, and lift them up overhead, parallel. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Look up, gaze up, mountain pose. You're looking to the top of the mountain. Feel the full length of breath extend through your back body. Extend up, lifting vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll those shoulders again away from the ears, and then gently bring the hands down by the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And just shake it out. We're going to take the arms, lift them up again overhead. Yep, arms rise, lifting up, gazing up. Big belly breath in, and then on the exhale, arms come down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. 3 more times. Inhale, Match the breath with the movement. Roll those shoulders back away from the ears. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. Make it your own. Allow the breath to match your movement, but change your count to go with how you feel. Really close the eyes and just embody the way the pose makes you feel, the way the movement makes you feel. Noticing the way your body connects to the breath and the breath to the body. It's the last one. Make it count. Make it count. I know your arms are getting a little tired, but that's good. We're feeling our muscles starting to contract and to burn. And then drop your hands down by your sides and really roll those shoulders back and give the arms complete permission to just relax. They're not doing any work right now. Hands, fingertips are loose. So dangle those fingertips so that they're loose. It's important to realize when you're gripping your hands, you're stressing something. Something is tense. So undo those hands and just let them go. Then bring your hands to the top of your thighs. Take your chin, bring it down into your chest. And inhale, breathe in. Exhale, release. Chin to the chest and just sit there for a second. Now, if you feel your body going forward, just kind of bring it back, tilting the belly in, just keeping that chin to the chest. We're going to bring the right ear to the right shoulder and be gentle, relaxing the left side of the body even more. Take 3 breath counts. And they can be as deep as you like or as shallow. One can build on the other. Come back down, chin to the center chest. And we're going to bring our left ear to the left shoulder. And you owe nothing else to this moment. Just breathe in and breathe out. Chin back down to the center chest. Let's roll right over towards the right side. Take your right hand, bring that rose right fingertips and just gently touch the head. You're just going to lay it there on the left side. It gives it a little extra pull, but not too much. You're not going to actually pull anything. You're just going to let gravity do the work. And see if you can find peace in the pose. Take the right hand, bring the right hand back to the thigh, chin back to the chest. We're going to take both hands this time and place them on the top of the head, chin to the chest, and just let the arms just sit there. And breathe in and out. Bring those hands back down to the thighs. Gently take the left ear and bring it to the left shoulder. You can bring your hands back down to your thighs. And then just take your left hand and bring the left hand up and lay it right down on the top of the head. And breathe. Really just finding your yoga, finding yourself in a place of just being present, just feeling the pose, noticing your breath. It's one of the more simple moments. Bring your left hand back down to your left thigh, chin back to the chest, and take both hands once again. And with both sides of your neck now stretched, you can just place your hands on the top of your head and just really feel that benefit. Really feel the benefit. Chin to the chest, sit up a little bit taller, vertebrae by vertebrae, and just allow that chin to come closer to the chest. And breathe. We're going to take our hands, bring them back to our thighs. All right. We're going to take our chin to our chest. We're going to pop out our back body. All right. So the back is now dome shaped. We're taking the chin to the chest. We're going to come in for a few cat cows. This is our scared cat. So just sit in scared cat for a second. Notice the way the back curves. Notice what you can do to maybe get a little bit more secure in the pose. You're placing your hands on the tops of your thighs, stretching out those arms, pulling those shoulder blades apart from one another just to give them more space. The belly, what happens to the belly? It tucks in. So navel tucks into the spine. And as you take a few breaths, notice what it's like to be in this caged position. Now we're going to use our belly muscles, those same areas. We're going to press our sits bone into the seat a little bit, and we're going to lift up like we're taking off, like our heart is going towards the sun. Our head drops back, chin lifts up, gaze is up, heart is bright. Hands are still on the thighs. Now we're in this other curvature shape, right? But our chest is protruding forward. Our heart is lifting up. Our head is now laying back just a little bit. It's very gentle. And take a few breaths. Notice the difference in how your breath is received in this way. And this is our cow pose. Think about a cow stretching. He's just like in the meadow. He's stretching, lifting up his head to the sun or her head to the sun. There she goes. And now we're going to reverse back. Now allow for it to be one breath, one movement. Kind of find yourself in your cat cow. Make it work for you. Maybe even listen to your breath. Close the eyes and just trust your body. Now, if you don't go far, sometimes it's hard to bend, right? These little movements that are just so slight are also sufficient, okay? You'll eventually build up and go deeper and deeper. Do about 2 more of these. And then come back to center. Squeezing your core, bringing yourself back in, making sure those feet are still hips width apart. Beautiful, beautiful. We're going to take our arms, interlace those fingers, press them down away from our back body. Now, if you just want to keep your hands down by your sacrum, you can, or you can start to lean forward, bringing the belly and the thighs toward, bringing the belly towards the thighs, lifting up those arms. They're kind of pinching those shoulder blades, and you might even hear a little crack. And just breathe through it, and then bring the hands down and just undo those hands so that they just go flying. There we go. And let's shake it out left and right. Beautiful. All right, let's go through our first flow of the class. We're going to take our time as we do this. All right, we loosed up our shoulders a little bit and our neck. So that's going to benefit us. We're going to be pressing our sits bone into the ground, lifting up through the heart. Arms come up overhead, mountain pose. Inhale and breathe in. If you want to take the gaze up, you can. And then on the exhale, come forward, press the belly into the thighs. But this time, chin comes down into the chest and just let your head dangle. And arms just dangle over as well. And just breathe. This is your first forward fold. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. On your next inhale, press your feet into the ground, the soles of your feet. Use your core to help you lift up, half lift, flat back. Arms come behind you. You're taking off. You're strong in your core. Exhale, forward fold, chest back down to the thighs. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lifting up through that half lift, flat back into our mountain pose. Roll those shoulders away from the ears and just stay in mountain pose. Just feel the blood rush down your fingertips into your arms, into your chest and your belly, your thighs. Imagine that you can feel also your breath going all the way down to your feet. And then gently bring those hands down by the side. Breathing in and breathing out. Arms come up overhead. We're going to interlace the fingers, press those palms up to the ceiling. Gaze is up. And we're going to slowly tilt our body, pivoting to the right. Look up, gaze up. So like you're looking in your arm. You're looking on the inside of your arm. Coming back to center. Lean to the left. Pivoting once again. So you're looking up to the inside of your arm on the opposite side this time. Come back to center. And then bring the hands in front of you. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Take your right fingertips and place them on top of your left arm. Take your left hand and come underneath, and now you're hugging yourself, but notice your elbows are up. So nothing's laying on your chest, because if you do this, you're not going to be able to breathe right. You want to keep it up. Keep those arms engaged. Take the chin, bring it down to the chest. You're looking through the hole. You're breathing through the hole. You can just walk the fingertips up your shoulders a little bit more to hug yourself even more, pulling away your shoulder blades from one another. And use your breath to help massage this mid part of your back body. And breathe. Exhale, open up those arms. Just bring them back, going back and forth a few times. And then bring the hands down. We're going to do the other side too. We're going to go through a process. So let's take it. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Forward fold, come down to your flow. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. They reach up overhead. And we're going to interlace the fingers. Exhaling and then inhaling, pressing those palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to start on the left side. We're going to lean to the left and look up on the inside of that arm. Really give your full extension. Take that gaze up. Coming back through to center. And then lean to the right and gaze is up. Coming back to center. On the exhale, bring your arms to shoulders length apart. All right, take your left fingertips, bring them on top of the right shoulder. Take the right and come underneath. Again, keeping those elbows up. Take the chin, bring it to the chest, and you can just walk those fingers up your shoulder blades as far as you can go and just breathe. One more breath and then unwind slowly and gently and come back and forth. Notice how there might be some little cracks in your backs. You can kind of feed into that a little bit. It's okay. That's just air. All right. Take your right shoulder, bring it up, and then bring it down, and then your left goes up. All right, let's go the opposite way, overhead. Mountain pose. We're now climbing up that mountain climbers. All right, shoulders come back behind us. Now we've loosened them up enough that we can try to either grip our clothes behind us, or we can come into that palm namaskar. Backwards namaste, namaskar. You can hold on to your clothing if you like. And then undo the hands and shake it out. All right, let's go through a flow, guys. Squeeze that core, arms rise. You should be getting stronger, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Hands come back down in front of you, stabilizing. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Take your right fingertips, wiggle them. Sky flip the hands. Take the left, press the hand underneath, and then pull back. Inhale and exhale. Slowly take each finger and start to rotate one at a time. Beautiful. Until we finally get to the thumb. And press the full hand back. And then rotate the hand down. All right. Arms come out in front of us. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Take the left fingertips, wiggle them, and take the hand and sky flip it to the ceiling. Take the right hand and come underneath. Yep. And then pull back. Only go to where you can go. This is very important for your wrists and your mobility of your hands. And then when you're ready, start to take each finger and rotate it. There we go. Yep. And then pull back completely. And wind the hands down. Beautiful. And just pause for a second. Bring your hands to heart center. And just connect again to your intention. See if you're in line with that. It's always good to remind yourself of where you started. Give yourself that space and opportunity to be honest without judgment. And maybe it's changed, so you're welcome to change it along the way. It's not static, it's fluid, just like our bodies, just like our breath. Right? So let's go ahead, bring those hands up overhead, lifting up, gaze is up. All right, we're going to toe heel our feet together to make one strong leg. Bring the hands back down into the heart center and twist and pivot over to your right. Inhale, come back to center and pivot to your left. Come to heart center, pivot to your right, and then take your elbow and bring it down to your right thigh, or you can bring it to your left, but just find a home for it. Just don't put it in between because that's what can happen. Your legs, they need one or the other, or you can hook it over. Okay, you don't want to split your legs apart. You want to try to keep that strong leg. Press your feet into the ground, squeeze your core, and look up to the right. Like look like you're looking over your right elbow. All right. And breathe. Come up. We're still looking over to the right. We're going to drop our hands to the outside of our right body. So we're in our twisting pose. Okay. I'll kind of move my chair so you can see me. So we're in our twisting pose and we're going to look over our right shoulder. The gaze is behind us. If you want to just relax your right hands, you can, or if you want to bring it to the top of the chair or behind you, you can do that too. You have options. And we're just going to hold this for a few moments. Also, if your knees kind of fall apart from one another, that's okay. All right, you can adjust them as you need to. You want to do more about focusing on looking behind you, looking at that, taking your vision over that shoulder. And find peace. Bring your hands to heart center. And then slowly pivot back to center. Bring your legs back together. Hands are together. We're sitting up nice and tall in our seat. We're going to take our pivot and look over to the left. Come back to center. And take our pivot to the right. Come back to center. We're going to pivot to the left and come down. So we're looking over to the left. Our right elbow has a home on either thigh. and we're looking up. Gaze is up. We have one nice leg together. Feet are pressed into the ground. Gaze is up, looking over that shoulder. Squeeze the belly, come up. You're still looking over to the left side, and you're going to drop your hands to the outside of your left leg. All right, so your right hand is crossed over, your left hand finds a home. All right, and then we're just going to try to take our vision and look over that shoulder. Remember, if your legs kind of fall apart, that's all right. This is more of the focus of this pose is just keeping our vision and keeping our body in alignment with our vision. Keep breathing. We're going to bring our hands back to heart center. Coming back, facing forward. Again, undo the toe heel, bring your feet back to hips width apart. Bring those hands back up overhead. Really lift up through the back body. Open up the hands and then come down into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Once again, hands are going to come down to the tops of the thighs, and you're going to open up the thighs this time. Okay. Beautiful. So only open as far as you feel comfortable. And we're going to place those hands on top of the thigh because we're going to start by just loosening up the lower back. We're going to come forward, bringing our belly forward, and then we're going to reverse back. Forward we go, and then back. Forward, and then back. All right, we're going to come forward. We're going to stay right where we are. We're going to take our right shoulder and wiggle the right shoulder and bring that right shoulder down the mid part of the body, right? So we're pressing our hand to that inside of the right thigh. We're bringing that shoulder down. All right, and we come back up and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So take that left shoulder, wiggle it, kind of bringing it forward and back, and then bring it down center, pressing that hand on the inside of the left thigh. And we come back up. Beautiful, beautiful. This time we're going to take our hands and we're going to start to just bring our hands down the inside of our thighs, wrapping our fingertips around the ankle on both sides. We're going to roll our weight over to the right side and then lift up with the left hand and gaze us up. And breathe. Take that left hand, bring it down on the inside, wrapping your fingertips around the ankle, shift your weight over to the left, take the right hand and come up. Right hand overhead high, keeping your sits bone grounded into the seat. One long arm of energy. All right, bringing both hands down. We're going to we're going to thumb press all the way back up, coming up to our thighs. And then bring the feet back to hips width apart. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Beautiful. Good job. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Let's go in for our flow. Exhale, forward fold. Strong bellies, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reaching up overhead. Exhale, hands come down slowly. Awesome. We're going to bring our hands And we're going to just rip up on our right knee. Now, if you want to bring your toe to the ground and lift up your heel, you can do that. But if you can hover, go for it. Because what's going to happen is we're going to wrap those fingertips in such a secure way that it can hold our knee up. And it's kind of like a cat-cow movement. So eventually we'll let the weight fall into our knee and our back will kind of turn into that dome shape that we had in the scared cat when we did that part of the pose of cat-cow, and then the chin comes into the chest. So the belly tucks in. All this weight that's falling from the knee into the hands is really stretching the middle part of the back. That's all it's doing. It's extending some space in your shoulder blades. And then just breathe into that. Then squeeze the core, squeeze the belly, come up and bring the knee towards the inside of your arm on the right side. And then exhale. Again, we're going back into that position where the weight is being captured by our fingertips, chin to the chest. And then we come back up and place the foot down on the ground. Great, great, great. All right, let's take those arms, lift them up, and we're going to scoop up. We're going to go right to the other side. So scoop up on the left leg, interlace those fingers. Again, if the modification is keeping your toe on the ground, that's fine. But if you can hover, go into that hovering. All right, come into that back body that starts to protrude out. Chin to the chest. All the weight is supported in the fingertips. Slowly come up, bringing that knee to the inner arm, squeezing the core. And then on the exhale, lowering it back down. Fingertips are still interlaced. And then place your foot back down on the ground. Come back into a position where you feel stable on your chair. You want to readjust yourself as needed. Good, good, good. We're going to hold on to the chair and we're going to take our legs and we're just going to rotate them over towards the right, coming back to center, and then rotate them to the left, back to center, rotate to the right. Just really feel that stretch from the hips and then to the left. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. All right, we're going to take our bodies and we're going to go through a flow and then we're going to go into the next set on our legs. All right, so let's go through a flow. Arms rise, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come onto the chair. Grip the chair. We're going to take our foot and we're going to place it out in front of us. So right foot comes out in front of us, extend out the leg, stretch out that foot, heel down on the ground. Okay, toes wave hello. And then eventually you loosen them a little bit, right? But they're not pointing down. They're really going towards your face. All right, hope that helped. All right, then we're going to take our other foot, our left foot, and we're going to cross it over. Now both feet are going to be crossed over. Okay, toes wave hello. And then you relax. All right, you can hold on to your chair and you can start to lean forward or you can let go of your hands. All right, it's your choice. And the chin can come into the chest. If you're holding onto the chair, it looks like this. You don't have to go far. You just go to where you feel most comfortable. Okay. And you're just going to ease into the pose. This is an extended leg, forward fold. And keep breathing in As you breathe, you're going to feel it connect to your back and to your shoulders. Your belly is going to press closer and closer towards your thighs. It's really a relaxation pose. Slowly, we're gonna come up, belly, chest, and then thighs. All right, we're gonna unwind our left leg first and then our right. Come back up to our chair, our base position in our chair. And just sit there for a second. All right, just sit in for a second and embrace it. We're gonna take our left foot out and extend it first and extend it out in front of us. And then take our right, just like we did on the other side, cross it over. The toes wave hello. Sit up tall in that seat. If you want to hold on to the chair, hold on to the chair. If not, you don't have to. And then just start to lean forward, chin to the chest. And breathe in and breathe out. Continue to breathe. Slowly, we're going to come back up, belly, chest, and then thighs. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Bring both feet back to hips width apart. And just pause for a second and be gentle and kind. Beautiful. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to bring it over towards the left side. It looks like this. It's like an L shape. All right. So our left leg is still in alignment with the computer. And then our right leg is over facing towards the right. And we're going to bring our hands out and we're going to continue to try to bump back that left hip and bring that right hip forward and extend the arms out so that we're facing forward and we're square. So the only thing that's kind of out of alignment is that right leg. It's isolated. Slowly take your body and start to look over towards the left side. You're only going to be able to spin just a little bit. Then come back to center. And then we're going to look over towards the right. Our hands are going to come back in so we're square. And we're going to look over our right fingertips. And breathe. Look again back into center. And bring your hands onto the chair. Toe heel your right foot back to center. However you get it there is fine. Breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to take our left leg and we're going to open up. We're going to bring that left leg to the left side. We're going to bump that right hip back so that we can kind of still stay square and open up that left leg. Then extend our arms out. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, we're going to start off with twisting ourselves like we're going over to the right. We're only going to go a little bit. You just go as far as you can go. And then we're going to twist over to the left. And then come back. And look over our left fingertips. And breathe. Roll those shoulders away from the ears and then gently bring those hands down to the chair. So heel that left leg to meet your right. And we're going to go through a flow. All right. So arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Beautiful. Exhale, stay in mountain pose. And just stay here for a moment and breathe. Bring those hands down. Interlace your fingertips. You're going to come back again to your left leg. Lift up that left leg. You should feel a little bit looser. Your back and everything is already familiar with this position. And then we're going to gently bring that knee up to the inner arm. Now, we're going to come into seated half pigeon. We're laying that right foot on top of the left thigh. If this is something that's too much for you, like it's just not within your wheelhouse, and even if you're like this, that's fine. But if you just can't do this, go back into the extended leg forward fold. Okay. And then just do each side of your body as we do our bodies with pigeon. So that's your modification. All right. So start to loosen yourself up by kind of just rocking back and forth. Even if you're super flexible, just give yourself a little bit of a rock and then kind of just press on the leg down. You're just loosening up around the hip. You're just loosening up different parts of the body. You can maybe rotate the belly, rotating into the chair, making like an S, then reverse. And this is all to loosen up the hip. So even if you are kind of tight with the muscles and you're like this, it just kind of will loosen you up enough that maybe you can bring your leg down a little bit more. All right, adjust your right foot just so it's comfy. And now you're going to find a home. So when I say you're going to find a home, you can either sit up where you are, just keeping your hands on your foot and your knee, or you can come down to your forearms. Or you can drop your hands completely over, dangling the arms. All right, I'll go somewhere in the middle, just so you guys have an idea of a way that you want to start to move to, right? And even if you're not completely with dangled arms, that's okay. Wherever you are is okay. Chin to the chest. And just use your breath to breathe through any sensations that are uncomfortable or you feel tension, just breathe through it. Try to be confident about where you are and what you choose. Slowly, we're going to bring our bodies up, belly, chest, and then head. The most confident way we can be, with our posture up, our heart up. Rotate your right foot. And then bring your fingertips around the knee and then gently place the foot down on the ground. Good. Awesome. All right. Arms come up overhead. We're going to take our hands and just scoop up on the other side, taking our left leg this time. If you need to do your extended leg forward fold, you can. Bring that knee up into your inner arm. We're just going to hold it there for a second to prepare for our seated pigeon. And then place your left foot on top of your thigh. Remember, the extended leg forward fold is a modification, right? We're doing pigeon. You'll just have to do each side as we do it. Okay. All right. So let's start to loosen ourselves up again. That's what we first do. We did that on the right side. Breathing in and out. Kind of rock back and forth. Maybe start to even press that leg and that thigh away. Beautiful. And then just rotate. This rotation is really important. You just want to keep your sits bone grounded at all times. You're just really using that belly because you want to push away from the thigh. So when you're leaving for the left, it kind of gives you a little bit of space and air on the right and then vice versa. So like you're stretching away. All right. That's why we're keeping our sits bone down on the ground and then reverse. It also is gauging your muscles in the belly. So it's really important. Loosening your lower back, loosening your spine, helping to prevent injury. And when we do these stretches with seated pigeon, they're so good to help us to loosen up our hips so that we do prevent injury, unnecessary injury, okay? So we want to be gentle though here too, all right? So we can stay just like this, where our bodies are up and our hands are on our knee and foot, or we can move into that second option, which is our forearms. Or the third, same way that we did on the other side. And you're going to adjust your foot each time in each space. Come to that space. I'm just going to do the middle and breathe through it. Breathing through the sensations. You shouldn't feel anything but a moderate stretch. Anything more than that, come up a little bit and come out of it. You don't ever want to feel anything severe, any tearing or ripping. It's really just gentle. Gentle breaths help to massage around the back and around the ankles. Around the hips. Breathing in and breathing out. Each breath lets you fall more and more into the pose. Slowly we start to rise up, belly, chest, and then thighs, and just sit here for a second. Rotate the left ankle around. Bring up the knee, rotate the ankle around again, and then gently place the foot on the ground. We're going to go in for a flow. Last flow of the class. Arms rise, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands come down to the tops of your thighs. For the next 30 seconds, I invite you to do any pose that you'd like to do before we come into Savasana. So I'm just going to be still. That's an option. But if there's some kind of pose that I didn't offer, something that you really need to stretch, or you want to stand up and take a big stretch, you can do that. Whatever you want to do, just trust yourself and be confident with each breath, with each movement. Continue to connect to your intention, noticing how it's shifted and changes, if it's still part of you or if it's kind of molded itself into something else, and if that's okay with you and how you feel about that. And just allow yourself to be okay regardless. Another 15 seconds. Keep moving. Or keep staying in your pose. Yeah, empower yourself. It's your body. Five more seconds. Few more breaths, and then come into your position for Savasana. You can continue to sit up nice and tall in your seat, or you can bring your back to the back of the chair. Relax your legs. Maybe your knees fall apart. Your legs and your thighs kind of go in different directions. If you want, you can sky flip the hands, or you can place your hands on your belly. It's your choice. And begin to just breathe in and out. Relax your tongue away from the top of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Let the weight fall down your shoulders and your arms into your thighs, and your thighs into your lower legs, and your lower legs into your feet, and your feet into the floor. Breathing in, allow the breath to uplift you as you congratulate yourself on a job well done. And on the exhale, you release anything that you need to make space for that confidence to grow, for that self-love to grow, for that accomplishment of being in class today to grow. We'll continue to just rest in Savasana for the rest of this class, at ease and at peace. Continue to breathe in and out. Eyes closed. When you're ready, we're going to begin to close class now. You can start to just breathe in deep, opening your eyes, wiggling your fingertips. And when you're ready, you can really take in a few breaths to just reset to the room around you. I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Take care and namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much.